Welcome back. This is part 2 of Brigador. We're going to tackle the next section of campaign missions. We made it about 11 missions through in our last video. So we're going to pick up, and so far it's been incredibly easy. Most of this is tutorial, so I'm sure within the next few missions things will really start to take off. So let's get into it. Alright, next mission, the Order of Death. Contract removal of target vehicles. Moderate loyalists, okay. Despite beginning with low clearances, you three pilots have proven capable brigadors. Local geography and converging opposition forces make moving you through the city to SNC-controlled zones via district gates unlikely to succeed. Your contract is to remove key military leadership in the form of marked command vehicles in the last remaining sector of the Letard, untouched by your handiwork. With this completed, you will exfiltrate via the nearby orbital tug on a private launch pad, which is fueled and contracted to wait for you. Upon exfiltration, you may accept payment or pursue further contract opportunities with the SNC. All right. What loadout do we want to take? We've got the Zolig, which has dual chain guns and is a bipedal. We've got the more tank oriented vehicle here that has a 40mm cannon and a 27mm chain gun. And then we've got the super light and agile strafing canavan. This thing's got very light armor, decent enough shield. It's got EMP grenades for defense, a 76mm cannon, and a 20mm chain gun. I mean, this one gets the job for getting in and out, but personally, I think this is one of my favorites. Then again, I've been using these two a lot. I'm gonna try the Kilgore. Alright, in accordance with Nova Solar tax law, any supplemental income, yeah. They always get their money, don't they? Even taxing mercenaries. Alright, let's get to it. Track marked targets by following the crosshair icons on the edges of the screen. I can kind of see them. Man, they're real little. Upon completing the objectives, find the yellow orbital tug spacecraft in order to escape. Got it. Alright. Alright, no immediate threats. Got him. Alright. I gotta remember that I've got stealth on this little buggy. Cool. Alright. So we got 4 depots to blow up, 2 substations, and 2 comm towers. Let me get it oriented the right way. Alright. Let's go stealth. Get behind this guy. Alright, we'll blow this up and carry on. Got him. These look like little spike strips. Alright, let's come up here and blow these up. sneak in here, get this other guy. Alright, 1 depot down, 2 of 2 substations, we got 2 comm towers, 3 more depots to hit. Let's see where they are. Got a target down here. Oh. Stealth. Got a little tank hiding back here in this backyard. See you, toast. And I'll tell you what, these little people in yellow are pretty brave running around, especially with me on the loose. Alright, got 2 depots here. Gotta remember to hold R to reload. Alright, now, am I gonna kill myself trying to blow these up? Beautiful. Alright, only 1 more depot left. Now, that guy was a lookout surveillance mech. You gotta watch out for those guys with the eyeballs. You got a limited time to destroy them, and if you don't, they put the whole area on alert. Stealth. Over these guys. These guys are brave or crazy. It's kind of like the equivalent of seeing an Abrams tank coming down the street and you're like, you know what? I got that. Ah, got statue of deer leader here. What the hell is this thing? I don't even see this turret. Now, I don't know if these walls are destructible or not, but I'm gonna try. Doesn't look like it. I don't want to waste all my ammo. I blew up my depot. Alright, I just need to find these last 2 comm towers wherever they've hidden these. Sorry guys, hate to squish you, but you shouldn't be in the street. Alright. According to these absolutely tiny icons on the edge of the screen, the objectives are up here. Man, I mean, I'm glad that they're kind of out of the way, but phew, I don't know if they need to be that far out of the way. It really wouldn't hurt if they were just, I don't know, 20% larger. Alright, so there's the last depot. See if we can maneuver. Put some terrain between myself and them. So the alarm's been triggered, that's not good. so I guess the comms towers were optional? It says mission complete, but they're not destroyed yet. Weird. Well, here they are. Might as well take them out while I see them. Alright. So the exit's not in this corner. Do I... I'll tell you what, that's... Oh, wait, yep, there's a tiny little green door on the corner of the screen. Okay, so that must be the exit. I was just about to say, it'd be nice if they added an exit icon on there so I could find the way out at the end of the mission. It's not like these maps are huge, but the camera is zoomed in so much that it's really easy to look past where the exit is. Cut through the golf club. Oh, this is why I wasn't able to destroy it or break the walls, because it's the way out of here. Isn't that fascinating? So far, most of the exits have just been gates you drive through. That's the first time I've seen like a orbital dropship type thing. Alright, well, made some decent bucks. 2.5 million space bucks. I can dig it. And moving on. What do we got next? Fly Blackbird. Removal of 2 orbital guns. Moderate Corvid. That's the first time I've seen that. Moderate Corvid is the opposition. Alright. Great leader is dead, and his illusory control over Solo Nobre's fractured politics has died with him. The Corvids have seized control of roughly 25% of the city's districts, including Zokar's Scarp. Zokar's Scarp is a small elevated landmass to the south-southwest of the Southern Reach. The terrain makes it an ideal defensive perimeter, and the local oil refinery is of clear strategic value for the Corvids. The SNC has more interest in the orbital guns positioned there. Alright. What do we want to take? Oh, we got a new thing. Oh, we got a couple of new things. Alright, so we got the Pires Toro, armed with Abbott 105mm cannon and Mai Luis 12.7mm machine gun. It's got smoke. Alright, that seems pretty cool. I bet it's slow. Then we got what literally looks like a modern everyday tank. The Pinho Prowler is armed with a Belter 20mm chain gun and Gutterball 160mm howitzer. With a smoke projector, okay, so highly mobile and able to fire over and through walls. Alright, so it fires more like artillery. Good to know. Alright. Bullhard's Buckler is armed with a Stutter 27mm chain gun and Broiler 12MW laser. With active camouflage for defense, this loadout is an ambusher. Short range but mobile and quiet with extreme high burst damage. Alright, so this is a hit and run kind of thing. 200 health, 150 shield. Yeah, alright. Ooh, it's a little guy. Leng's Mongoose is armed with a Carlos 84mm recoilless rifle and Bonesaw 8mm machine gun with active camouflage for defense. This loadout lacks the firepower of larger units, but is hard to track and can hide very easily. Flank enemies and only engage when you have the advantage. Wow, talk about hard mode. Man. I mean, I can't imagine this dude does a lot of damage. Alright, I might get absolutely smoked here, but I'm gonna try it. And if it doesn't work, I'm coming back and I'm grabbing the big boy mech. But this is too weird to not try it. Oh my god. Well, at least it's of the little dudes. Wow, they're so fast. Yikes. Everything is so quick around here. Man, trying to use the corners and cover to my advantage here. Shoot. Oh man, why didn't I use that to my advantage? Cool. I keep periodically losing control of where I'm aiming my guns because the chassis wants to recenter over the direction of the legs. It's really kind of throwing me off here a bit. Oof. That was so close on that suicide drone. Alright, well, not too bad. So far, so good. The little boy's getting it done. So that's interesting. This guy actually works in reverse. And what I mean by that is if you push shift with any of the other bipedal mechs, they crouch, which is a mode that is designed to allow you to take less damage, but it also keeps you from moving. You can't move and be crouched at the same time. This, on the other hand, when you push shift, you stand up taller. So I guess that's so that you can shoot over things. Alright, how do I... what do I want to do? Do I want to try to get through this wall? Yeah. This looks right. Alright. I've really got to see if I can figure out how to turn off whatever this auto center is. It's gonna get me killed. Oh, here. Cool. This is kind of driving me nuts though, because I feel like I'm constantly fighting against this mech's desire to reorient. Alright, so it looks like we got a target down here. Very cool. Alright, this is not our ammo type. Oof. I woke everybody up. Kind of sketchy in here. See what I'm talking about with these controls? It's like, I'll be aiming this way and then walking this way and then see how it rotated like that? I didn't rotate. So I'll show you again. So it's like, alright, well, let me go grab all this stuff. Let's go stealth. But anyways, so you'll be aimed this way, right? You can see the little arrow on the screen. I'm oriented down here to the bottom right. I'm aiming to the bottom right. Now I'm going to walk backwards and I'm going to try to shoot. So did you see how it just rotated like that? Like, I didn't rotate those guns. It took it out of my control and did it. Alright. This is my ammo type. Okay, now that we've filled up, let's blow this sucker up for the points. This thing's got heavy protection. Alright, let's blow up this next orbital gun. Beautiful. Alright, so we've taken 3 out of 4 depots. Uh-oh. Who's this guy? Alright, so according to this very faint text, I've got 1 comm tower and 1 depot to kill. Alright, so right now I'm at 498,250. I want to see, I'm not entirely sure that these optional objectives do anything for me, so let me blow this up real quick. Yes, it does. Alright, so it is actually worth seeking out some of this stuff. I just made money by blowing that up. Alright, so according to the icons on the screen, I've got 3 exits. No symbol, however, for the comm towers. So since I don't know exactly where they are, I'm not going to waste your time hunting them down. Oh, I bet they're over here somewhere. Oh well. Let's get out of here. Cool. We made 7.8 million space bucks on that. That's not bad. Alright, what's next? New feeling. Contract removal of 4 target vehicles. Moderate loyalist, the Novo Exercito do Povo, hereafter NEP, is reeling from the death of great leader and unexpected SNC contract activity all over Solo Nobre. Despite being an army of conscripts, their discipline and training is strong. The SNC will only have a matter of hours before the NEP reorganizes in force. Your mission is part of a coordinated disruption of that reorganization. Remove the designated command vehicles and forward observers occupying Linschoten, a small farm town, and Necropolis district. Boy, what a combination. The SNC's development goals for Solo Nobre depend on keeping the local government forces in disarray as long as possible. And you can always, as always, purchase lore in acquisitions for more details. Yeah, interesting. So, a farm district mixed with a necropolis. Well, I guess you can use the bones to extract the nitrogen for the crops. So, efficient? Alright. What do we got? What are we going to drive this time? What do we have? We have a Huss. Graf's Huss is armed with a Bishop 140mm cannon and Automo 20 megawatt laser. That's an interesting combo. With a smoke projector for defense, this loadout is a brawler, extremely loud, extremely high single target and area effect damage. Once the battle starts, it won't end until one side is dead. I don't know, this kind of sounds like my jam right here. What else do we have? Alright, I haven't tried this guy yet. He's got the 105mm cannon and the machine gun and smoke. Ooh, this guy looks like he's got like some kind of mass driver or railgun on the front. Archer's Rounder is armed with a Zeus 25mm railgun and Crambo 20mm chain gun. Was that like a Timu Rambo? With active camouflage for defense. This loadout is a tactical skirmisher. Tremendous single target damage and range, but has trouble with swarms. Use maneuverability and stealth to corral targets into choke points to avoid getting cornered. Sounds solid. Alright. And then this guy, he looks like somebody put both of his arms on one side. Rosario's Chook is armed with a Preacher 76mm cannon and Belter 20mm chain gun with an audio kinetic pulse for defense. This loadout deals tremendous amounts of damage but lacks the staying power of heavier mechs or a defensive ability that allows for disengaging. I wonder what the audio kinetic pulse does for defense. If that's distraction or if that is, I don't know, just like sound that hurts. That emanates out in all directions. Huh. Things that make you think. Alright, what are we gonna pick? Screw it, I kinda like this guy. I wanna shoot lasers and cannons. Alright. 4 target vehicles. So that's interesting. In freelance mode, each level has a small chance to load a novelty spawn list, such as high-speed opponents only, for a unique challenge. I'll have to check that out. Alright. This looks like such a nice neighborhood. It'll be a shame to destroy it. Whoa, what is that weapon? Oh man. This thing can lay down some hurt. My shield's getting a little cooked. Wow. That, whatever that cannon is amazing. These lasers aren't bad either. I mean, the splash damage on that is insane. Alright, let's get loaded up. Man, this might be my new favorite. I'm in love with this thing. I love that each shot not only just deletes the enemy, but also deletes a square block. That's fantastic. Yeah, confirmed. This is my favorite. Let's try not to blow up. Do I use this ammo? No, I don't. It's okay if I blow that up. Cool, and I can use it as a collateral. Alright. I think they're slick, but they're not. I miss you. Everybody gets electrified today. Oh, it's sick. Alright, so it says mission complete. It looks like I've got 2 depots left. Oh, I'm out of artillery. That's not good. Oh, I'm out of everything. I kind of got myself into trouble here. Well, it's a good thing I didn't blow up this depot before I spotted them. Alright, I think there was one more guy. Where'd he get off to? Alright. So no more ammo's coming from this. Might as well blow it up now, get the points. Alright, I've got one more to find. According to the little icons, it's up here. Oh, there's another railgun. How to take that out. Or orbital cannon, I mean. Nice. Look at all these little dudes about to get microwaved. Beautiful. I got some for you too. You get cancer, and you get cancer. Alright, looks like I've cleared all primary and secondary objectives. I haven't killed this guy yet. And look at this cemetery I'm in. It's crazy. All these little tombstones. It's pretty wild, huh? So I keep finding these little, like, orbital guns. I don't know why they're not, you know, listed up here in the corner, in the top right, for optional objectives. You'd think that the game would point that out. Oh well. Alright, where is my exit? To the left. Interesting, this vehicle does not have any kind of dash. Cool. Alright. 3.1 million space bucks. Alright, what do we got? The mission is called Mental Health. Removal of 4 target structures. Moderate loyalist opposition. This operation targets upper echelon NEP commanders. For those not already in our employ, news of Great Leader's death caught many members of his war council and inner circle unprepared. Some linked up with the nearest sector base. A few attempted escape like Ramiro Castello, but many have gone to ground. 4 high-value targets have bunkered down with the Evora Estate Country Club. Convenient choice, as they were already there at the time. The security is enough to stave off low-level Corvid mobs, but not enough to deter a Brigador. We are confident in low flight risk for these targets. Destroy the designated clubhouses on the grounds of the estate to complete your mission. Cool. All right. Prepare to get wrecked. What in the hell is this thing? Costa's treehouse is armed with a Plowman chemical projector and Koenig 30mm Gatling gun with an audio-kinetic pulse for defense. This is weird. This looks like a pile of cars that have been welded together, or a stack of cars that you'd find at like a car crusher. That's weird looking. Huh. The little tank treads at the bottom. Weird. Yeah, it's got a ton of health though. 600 plus 300 shield and 225 overshield. Oh, look at this thing. Some very Mad Max tractor. The Bromland's Killdozer is armed with a Carlos 84mm recoilless rifle and Bonesaw 8mm machine gun. Smoke projector for defense. This loadout is a bull. The weapons are secondary to the Killdozer's ram, which will destroy most enemies in a single hit. Keep targets to your front and focus on choke points for ambushing. That sounds cool. I'm not really vibing with that playstyle right now, but I bet that thing puts a hurt on some stuff. What does this do? We've already read this one. This one had the Crambo and the 25mm railgun. And I've played with this little dude. Surprisingly survived. Man, this thing looks so goofy, but I kind of have to try it. Yeah. Screw it. Alright, but before I get going, I'd like to map some binds. Alright. Well, the horn works. Alright. Oh, now that's an interesting attack style. I can't tell exactly what I'm shooting in these little canisters. I forgot what the description said. Fear me. Get squished. Really gonna attack my monstrosity with small arms fire? You're crazy. Come here, get squished. Alright, let me get some more ammo. So far, so good. I still don't know what's in these smoke canisters. What? There's no way to really view my loadout either. Alright, let's go find us a target. Some for all of you. Oh no. I'm out. Full speed ahead. Where was that ammunition depot? Somewhere back here. God, I hope I didn't blow it up already. Alright, so gotta find some ammo. And I've still got whatever these gas barrels are. I can still light a few people up. There we go. This'll help a little bit. Actually, this isn't even the ammo I need. I need the pink. I need the pink depot. Where is it? I think it's this way. Shouldn't have aggroed these dudes. I can't believe I ran out of ammo so fast. And that triggered the alarm. Just a bad situation. Showing them my weak spot. I bit it. Man, running out of machine gun ammo really just screwed me up. Alright. Alright, let's get to it. Let's destroy that. Cool. And now let's run over you little dudes. Get wrecked. Alright. Might as well destroy this while I'm here. I don't use this type of ammo. Out. We're out here at the, what is this, driving range? Alright. Good grief. Let's get some of these shields. Grab some of the stuff before it despawns. Watch my ammo consumption. Swish these dudes. Close and personal. Alright, is this the ammo type I need? No. Okay. Alright. This looks like a good target. Let's blow this up. Man, I don't know what's in these little gas canisters I shoot, but it's powerful stuff. I desperately need more machine gun ammo, or I'm gonna be right back in the same situation I was in last time. Got 88 canisters left and only 236 machine gun rounds. Let's try to ram him. Alright, let's grab some of the shield before it despawns. That was not as good as it could have been. Alright, we'll squish these guys, we'll pick up some more artillery rounds. Beautiful. Still need to find machine gun. Got a little bit there. Yeah, these guys are too quick. Can't get a lock on them. Oh, let's grab some of this shield. Can. Nice. Beautiful. Alright, let's come up in here. Let's blow up these substations. Alright. I'm so glad I didn't die in the process of that. Kind of looked like if I had been any closer, that would have been death for me as well. Alright, let's just make ourselves a door here. It's a good spot. We'll just take this out from a distance. Take that out from a distance. We'll just run over these dudes. There we go. Beautiful. Really love to find some machine gun ammo. Where is it? Cool. Alright. That is super cool. Alright. shooting me? You, sir, need to die. And you. Here we go. Now he's shooting me. Beautiful. Here we go. We're gonna load up. You're gonna get run over. Okay, cool. Mission complete, but that leaves us with 2 depots. Alright, so blow up that one. And then we'll blow up this one. Cool. And now we'll find an exit. Get the hell out of here. Awesome. So that mission was quite a bit more complicated than I thought it would be, but that's mostly because on the first 2 tries, we literally ran out of ammo. We couldn't defend ourselves. But where there's a will, there's a way. And for our efforts, we have made 2.8 million space bucks. Cool. Let's see what's next. Alright. Next mission. Contract, removal of 5 target vehicles. Moderate Corvette opposition. Haskins Port is a former logistics hub for interplanetary commerce. When Great Leader closed spaceports citywide, routing interplanetary trade through Exo? I don't know how you pronounce EIXO, but rerouting interplanetary trade through Exo, Haskins all but shut down completely. All freight was declared property of the NEP and has remained there since, the massive backlog hastily stacked. With the present opportunity, a heavily armored Corvid detachment moved immediately to occupy Haskins Port, and they have been going through the boxes. The SNC is very interested in what the Corvids are looking for, buried for years in shipping containers in Haskins Port. Remove the command vehicles overseeing this search operation so that we can deploy our own teams to search the port. Alright. Sounds easy enough. What is this? Short bus. Nice. What does this thing do? The Rice short bus is armed with a Kraken 90mm chain gun and a pinch rocket, whatever that means, with EMP grenades for defense. This loadout is a disabler. The Kraken deals excellent armor damage but is poor against shields, while both the pinch and EMP grenades will stun units and destroy shielding. Alright, the Troubadour. Pinho's Troubadour is armed with a Jericho 60mm cannon and a Bonesaw 8mm machine gun. Smoke projector for defense. This loadout is focused on high mobility, hit and run attacks. The Troubadour is extremely hard to hit when running at full speed. Okay. Rope Kid. This thing's crazy looking. This kind of looks like a ball with guns. And we got a crazy dude here that looks like he's wearing one of those Moscow hats with 2 pairs of reading glasses. He's farsighted and nearsighted, apparently. Alright, Giancarlo's Rope Kid is armed with a Bully 6 milliwatt laser. Actually, that could be megawatts, probably megawatt. 6 megawatt laser and Donkey 84mm recoilless rifle with EMP grenades for defense. This loadout is built for high mobility, close combat, excellent short range damage, and disabling, but with very poor armor and shielding. And then we got the party van. Look at this thing. Well, somebody took like a panel van and put it on a half track and mounted 2 guns to the top. Bromlin's party van is armed with a 27mm chain gun and an 84mm recoilless rifle with audio kinetic pulse for defense. This loadout is best suited to long-range combat while using the audio kinetic pulse to blast open walls and maintain maneuverability. All right, man. Kind of want to try this hit and run deal. Let's do it. And all right. So I've got a little bit of stopping power, but not much. Shoot, I blew up my ammo. Alright, this guy's coming at me with a tractor blade, plow blade. I'm gonna get him in the side. Alright, they did say hit and run, so I should probably run a little more than I am. And not just present as a stationary target. Alright. Gotta run a bit. Run. Oof. I don't know if I'm a good enough pilot for this thing. I'm gonna give it one more go. Try a different route. Let's head south this time. Oh man. Man, this is tough. I'm just gonna accept my loss there. I can't control that thing. Let's try something else. Let's try the short bus. Yeah, this is another one of those strafe vehicles. This feels a bit more solid though. Interesting weapons. I can already tell this is way more my speed. This thing can actually take a few hits. difficulty just spiked to 100. Did I complete my mission? Is that it? I guess my mission was to just take out 4 vehicles. Well, screw it. I don't think I'm gonna take my chances here. I think we're good to just bail on this one. Let's head on out of here. Cool. Alright. Well, that wasn't very pretty or smooth, but we did get it done. Next mission, neon lights. Contract, removal of opposition, 70%. Alright, so I gotta clear out the majority of people for this one. Moderate loyalist. Most districts in Solo Nobre have at least one Texas 7. But Illinois has the flagship, the original Texas 7. Many other well-known establishments focused on the prurient interests of soldiers are also based in Illinois, to the point where on any given day the district has a constant faction of the nearby base populations. Man, I would love to meet whoever wrote this. The words they choose to use in their narrative here are very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen the word prurient used in a video game before. It's very fascinating. All the naming conventions. It's all very unique. I'll give him an A for effort, for sure. Alright. The client of the SNC has listed names for us for removal, and reports suggest that most of the soldiers are on leave in Illinois. Despite widespread inebriation being likely, Illinois is well loved by soldiers and thus will be well protected. I don't know if they're all inebriated. Clear the district of loyalist soldiers and vehicles, both for our economic interests and for the consideration of our client. Alright, well, you don't gotta twist my arm too hard. I'll go mess them up. What do we got? A broodmare. What a name. Gian's broodmare is armed with Chieftain 18 megawatt and Thunderclap 14 megawatt lasers with active camouflage for defense. This loadout is slow but extremely powerful at mid-range brawling. Excellent single target damage and the ability to disengage or reposition with active camouflage. I think this is me all the way. I think this is the way. Alright. Or this guy, who I still don't believe I've tried yet. Not sure if I've tried him. And I haven't tried him. I'm not even sure I've seen this one. This is Salg Arlo. Salg's Arlo is armed with a Jericho 60mm cannon and lockdown 15mm machine gun with an audio kinetic pulse for defense. This loadout is built for high mobility, close combat, excellent short range damage, and disabling, but with poor armor and shielding. Yeah, it doesn't look like it can take many hits. Active camouflage, smoke, active cam. I'm gonna try this thing. This thing just seems too cool. It's probably a bad idea to use the same ammo type for 2 weapons, but screw it. We're gonna see how it goes. Man. I had to focus up there for a minute. That was kind of crazy. Alright. Whole lot of action right out of the gate. Alright. That's one of 4 depots down. Now we have 1 substation, 1 comm tower. Alright, where are my little icons on the screen? This definitely looks like the gambling district, that's for sure. All these little casinos and strip clubs. So many targets in this mission. Holy cow. Just don't quit. Okay, let's, remarkably, I don't feel like I've spent that much ammo. Alright. I gotta remember that I've got this crouch, and I do believe this crouch will reduce my damage taken if things get rough. Shut up here a little bit. Let's not get blown up before we find the exit. I mean, shooting these lasers is fun, but this thing does feel incredibly weak. I don't feel like I do nearly as much damage as I would like. Alright, let's see if there's anything else to just blow up. Let's find that substation. Let's make a little bit of money while we're here. Actually, yeah. Let's go stealth. He'll go around the corner. We're gonna come up behind him. We're gonna flank both of these vehicles. Much more damage shooting him in the butt. It's kind of funny. I just noticed that we kind of look like the tripod from War of the Worlds. Could just be a coincidence that I'm seeing that, but it kind of makes sense with the energy-based weapons, turning everybody into paste. Oh, might as well blow this up. So we've got an exit this way, and maybe also one of the substations. We'll get some points for blowing this up. Alright, there's an exit right there. I'm just going to give a quick look over here in this corner for a substation. There it is. Beautiful. Alright, now I feel like a proper invader, now that I've destroyed all the power in the city. Alright. Well, might as well blow up this orbital cannon as well. You know. You'd think it'd just be an objective. You'd think that, you know, I'd blow up the AA facilities here so that, you know, ground forces or close air support could come in. You know, maybe I'm putting too much thought into this. Well, I guess that's not getting blown up. I can't get too close to it. I could ground pound it to finish it off, but then I'd be in its blast radius and that might actually kill me. So, I'm not gonna go hunt for more ammo. We're gonna just call it here and head for the door. Alright. Didn't make a lot of money on that one. Casualties. No vehicle multiplier. I haven't quite figured out how to manipulate this. I didn't get the bonus for blowing up all depots, nor the no alarms. Alright. I will remember though that this thing does not do a lot of damage. So if it's ever a mission that needs a lot of damage output, I mean, it's got rapid fire. It's good for a lot of enemies, but not if they're big. Next mission, organ donor. Contract, removal of 8 target vehicles and personnel. Opposition, moderate Corvid. The Corvids are harboring known NEP regime dissonance in a small sub-district known only as its City Planning Grid Designation 56C. Though the SNC disagrees with the late great leader's plans for the future of Solo Nobre, his blacklist is remarkably close to our own. Remove the command vehicles keeping guard over 56C, and remove the marked dissidents scattered throughout the crowd. Be wary of irregular warfare tactics from Corvids in crowd situations. Be wary of irregular warfare, so what that probably means is kamikaze enemies that are going to charge at me, so I gotta look out for that. They usually have red spotlights on the front of them. Alright, loadout. What do we got? The treehouse. I haven't tried this guy. The Hadrat is armed with an 88mm cannon and Bonesaw 8mm machine gun. EMP grenades for defense. Interesting. The Buckler's armed with a 27mm chain gun and 12MW laser. Active camo for defense. It's an ambusher. Short range but mobile. Okay. Mobile and quiet with extremely high burst damage. And then we got the little guy. The mongoose. I mean, this thing was pretty fun. So, I was wondering what I was shooting. Chemical projector. So, some kind of chemical warfare. Probably something corrosive. It has trouble fighting in open areas. Wonder why. Oh, screw it, let's try, well, no. I was gonna say let's do the treehouse again, but I literally just did that. I should try something different. I haven't tried this guy. Let's check him out. Alright, 8 target vehicles. Oh wow, so I literally just shoot fireballs at people. That's cool, I like that gun. These little dudes though, with their little spicy vests on. That's not good. Can't have them getting too close. Y'all, hey, I don't need to flatten you, but if you're gonna walk in front of a tank, you're gonna get flattened. Just saying. Dinner. I don't know if I got hit directly or if it was the thing next to me that blew up that got me in the end. Let us try something else, because I died in that tank 2 more times. I think it's time for the treehouse. Like, shoot over everything. And since I've got lots of little targets, I can hit most of them with gas, like from a very far away. Yeah, that was beautiful. That is an excellent way to handle that. Lots of crowd control. Witness me. Oh, I love it. Just the ability to close off areas with this thing. And now these little dudes have to run through there. You know, even though this thing looks absolutely ridiculous, it's kind of amazing. It is perfect for this mission. Look at that. Alright, I know I'm kind of taking my time, but I've died a couple of times here, so, you know, forgive me for taking it at a snail's pace here. I don't really want to reenact my last death. Look at that. That is fantastic. I just closed off the whole area. Try to grab some of these shield components. I mean, I am literally a rolling war crime at this point. Alright, I don't use this ammo type, points for blowing that out. And I don't use this one. I do use this one, however. What do we have left to blow up? Alright, 2 more depots. We got the substation. We need to kill a comm tower. Alright, and I think it's over here. Both our objectives are over here to the right. Alright, so I'm gonna roll through. Alright, we're all loaded up there. Alright, here's another target. Beautiful. I really need to find some purple ammo. killed all 8 captains now. Let's grab these shields. Alright. Let us find the comm tower. I'm gonna blow that up real quick. And then we'll head out. Alright, we'll at least get points for blowing up this depot here once I clear it. And I really want the comm tower, but it is not. Is it all the way up here? Did I drive past it? There it is. Beautiful. Alright, we're out of here. You guys should really get out of the way. You all went to the Prometheus School of Running. You're supposed to run left and right, not straight ahead. Alright, well, I can't believe I died as many times as I did on that one. The first vehicle I tried was definitely not built for that. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's perfectly fine, but I don't have the necessary skill to use that other vehicle I was using. What was it? Yeah, it was this guy. Yeah. I couldn't make it work with this, but this thing, as strange as it is just born to handle crowd control and lots of targets and just closing off areas. Lots of area denial capability with this. This thing's great. Looks stupid. Well, looks unique. It's a monstrosity, but those chemical canisters are something else. And the height of this thing, just being able to shoot over tree lines and completely just annihilate whole waves of enemies in one shot from across the map is pretty hardcore. You know, 10 out of 10, I do recommend using this thing. Alright, how are we doing on time here? Yep, okay. So, this recording's getting pretty long. Didn't make it through nearly as many missions as I wanted to. The missions are starting to get longer, have more primary objectives and side objectives. But, to keep this from going on too long, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this here. And then we'll pick up some more missions here pretty soon in the next video. I'm hoping to get through pretty much the rest of the campaign in, like, I don't know. I was going to say one more video, but at the rate we're moving, probably 2 more videos. This will probably be a 4-part series to get through the campaign. And then I'm going to check out freelance after that and see what that's all about. And see if it's worth making any videos on that. There might be some good challenge material in there. But anyways, this has been Steve-O. It's been a lot of fun blasting through these couple of missions. Thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. And get ready for the next video coming up here soon. That'll be the next part of the campaign. Until then, have a great day. See you.